Elon Musk and Cathie Wood targeted file finances in a Twitter string, contending that detached ventures have controlled too large a level of the securities exchange. The president of Tesla answered a post by financial speculator Marc Andreessen, who said monster resource directors like BlackRock have outsized democratic power in corporate America due to their undeniably well-known list reserves. Musk concurred with Andreessen, saying uninvolved financial planning has gone excessively far. Choices are being made for genuine investors that are in opposition to their inclinations. Serious issue with list/aloof assets, Musk tweeted. ARK contributes would join the discussion Wednesday, expressing financial backers in file supports like the S&P 500 ETF. Passed up Tesla's 400 overlay appreciation before it was added to the value benchmark. In my view, history will consider the sped-up shift toward latent assets during the most recent 20 years as a monstrous misallocation of capital, Wood added. Wood has become one of the most high-profile dynamic supervisors on Money Road. Her leader ARK Advancement ETF, with Tesla as its greatest holding, has experienced a fierce year such a long ways in the midst of increasing rates, dropping almost 45%. Detached speculations, for example, file assets and trade exchanged reserves have taken up around 60% of the value resources, taking portion of the overall industry from dynamic opponents, as per JP Morgan gauges. Cash has overwhelmed into aloof items as financial backers have been drawn in by their lower-the-board charges during blasting buyer markets. The market for file reserves has reached $6 trillion, while the market for ETFs has expanded to $5 trillion since the SPDR S&P 500's beginning in 1993. Throughout the course of recent many years, record-effective money management has additionally performed much better as most dynamic financial backers followed their benchmarks. In the year through spring, only 19% of huge-cap dynamic supervisors beat, as per information ordered by Savita Subramanian, head of U.S. Value and Quantitative Technique at BofA Protections. Jack Bogle, pioneer behind Vanguard who conceived the file reserve in 1975 as a manner for retail financial backers to have the option to contend with the professionals, cautioned of the developing force of the enormous uninvolved asset directors and their command over the democratic portions of America's biggest organizations. Bogle forewarned of significant issues in the approaching period in a 2018 Money Road Diary commentary only a couple of months before he passed on. On the off chance that verifiable patterns proceed, a small bunch of Goliath institutional financial backers will one day hold casting a ballot control of basically every enormous U.S. partnership, Bogle composed. Public strategy can't overlook this developing strength and think about its effect on the monetary business sectors, corporate administration, and guideline. Elon Musk and Cathie Wood reprimanded latent putting resources into a Twitter string, saying something regarding a questionable and unsettled banter. Their conversation was started by financial speculator Marc Andreessen, who said firms like BlackRock Incorporated have outsized voices in numerous partnerships as a result of the democratic force of their stable of latent file trackers. Musk, CEO of Tesla Incorporated, answered that latent financial planning has gone excessively far. Wood, who established ARK Speculation the Executives LLC, took up the discussion, noticing that financial backers in S&P 500 trackers would have passed up large acquires in Tesla before it was remembered for that file. History will consider the sped-up shift toward detached assets during the most recent 20 years as a huge misallocation of capital, Wood said. Latent/file speculation is basically an enhancer of dynamic venture. Assuming dynamic venture signal corrupts in quality, latent is proportionately affected. Likewise, assuming there are not many genuine dynamic financial backers, their choices can incredibly increment organization valuation unpredictability. Wood is one of the most high-profile dynamic supervisors yet has experienced a swelling year, with her leader ARK Development ETF drooping practically 45%. Tesla, in the meantime, is among the significant organizations where any semblance of ordering pioneer Vanguard Gathering or BlackRock are among the top investors. The discussion over dynamic and latent assets has seethed for a really long time. Dynamic administrators promote their presentation potential and job in making the proficient business sectors, followed by detached reserves. Others say dynamic styles battle to beat files reliably and demand high charges, contrasted and modest trackers.